Independence Place is an 11-unit building. It's designed for people with accessible needs. It's also affordable. There's 6 one-bedrooms and 5 two-bedrooms, and they're open concept inside. There's slight wheelchair ramps going in so that anyone in a wheelchair can access the building on their own. It's called Independence Place because we wanted to give people in our community some of their independence back. I guess my husband and I, we operate a construction company, and I used to work hands-on with people with physical disabilities. So I knew there was a need, I guess from working hands-on, I knew that there was a need for housing that was accessible in our community. To get the project going, started doing a little bit of research, contacted CMHC, actually met with a couple of ladies from CMHC. We went out to lunch to find out if there's any funds out there, because as much as I guess that we wanted to do accessible housing, for me it had to be affordable. I didn't want to be the person out there that had the $1,300 rent. I wanted to provide housing for people who sometimes get lost in the shuffle in our community. CMHC provided the seed funding. They were great. They were just a wealth of information, and they told us about the seed program. And the seed program was a turning point for us. To access the seed program and know that, you know what, I could take this amount of time off my job and I could just focus and put everything I had into it and figure out whether it was going to be feasible for us to actually jump into this venture. And so it allowed me to do that. It gave me the time that I needed to do the proper research and feel really good about the project. So I did a market study to find out what type of housing was out there, and it was great. It just reinforced my gut belief. Independence Place was a viable project because Canada PEI Affordable Housing Agreement came on board. So they compensated for any of the extra expenses that we needed to make the building affordable as well as accessible. So they were able to provide us with the financial assistance that we required so that we were able to keep the units accessible. So we were able to use the appliances. The appliances are all accessible that are in the building. The stoves have the buttons across the front so people don't burn themselves if they're sitting in a wheelchair and they turn on and off the stove. The washers and the dryers are front load so that you're able to access them from a wheelchair. Also the shower units in the bathrooms. The shower units are all ceramic tile, and you're able to drive your wheelchair in, and you're able to do it on your own.
It's just that it's accessible, it's barrier-free for people with disabilities. My daughter's in a wheelchair, and I don't know where I would be at if it wasn't for Independence Place. It's great. Everything is on one level. There's no struggle to get her in and out of the apartment. It's great. It's barrier-free for her, and it makes a world of difference. My daughter, Emma, it's a place for her. It makes her independent. It gives her that opportunity to do things on her own and for herself, and she needs to build those as she's growing. Pretty soon she's going to be out on her own, and she needs the experience, and it's been great for her.
Independence Place, it sends a message. It lets people know that we haven't forgotten people who have physical disabilities in our community. It lets them know that, you know what, they're still an important part of our community and they have a lot to contribute. So it brings them into the community. It was important for me because I wanted to make a difference in our community. I didn't want to just build housing. So many other contractors and stuff, we just build housing, and after 8 weeks we turn it over to the clients. So I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to use my degree and my experience working with people with physical disabilities and provide housing that not everyone else was providing in the community, and that we saw that there was a real need for.